Hey Collective, this is David here with the Tarot Sphere. I just wanted to come on to do a reading for you guys, and let's see what the Divine has for us, you guys. Let's see what's going on in the energy today. All right, let's see what is going on. I hope everyone is having a good day or night wherever you are in the world. But let's get to it, you guys. Let's see what the Divine has for us. Let's see what they have for us, Collective. So it looks like, Collective, there's someone in the energy. Now, remember with this, it could be past, present, and or future energy. But there could be someone in your energy or someone you know that's very selfish, stubborn, arrogant. They're stuck in ego. They're too prideful. It could be someone that you have a child with, perhaps, right? It doesn't have to be, but it could be someone you have a child with. All right? And with this person could be watching you, right? Maybe, you dated this person and they're keeping tabs on you. It doesn't have to be, but it could be. And with this, I'm picking up heavy, like, fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm picking up heavy fire energy. But this person is lower vibrational, to be nice. Selfish, stubborn, arrogant, egotistical, right? And that could have been some type of heartbreak over this, or some type of feelings involved with this person at one point, right? But I feel like you're trying to get away from this person, separate, and you're probably trying to stay busy with work or other things that could be going on, but you're just trying to keep busy, get away from this person. Maybe you live with them, maybe you share a home with them, or maybe it's a coworker you're trying to keep your distance from, or it's toxic friends. But yeah, you're trying to stay busy, fam. That card wanted to come out. That's so funny. That's funny. Yeah, you're divine feminine. And remember, you guys, this is energy. So feminine could be masculine and masculine could be feminine. So it's just energy. It's not gender specific. It just defines the type of energy you embody. So you could be a male in your feminine energy, and just like a woman could be a female, in a masculine energy. Just describes the type of energy you embody. But yeah, we're dealing with divine feminine here. All right. Divine feminine. And they're dealing with someone who is, very low vibrational. Yeah. See, with the GPS thing, yeah, secret accounts. They could be watching from secret accounts, maybe social media, perhaps some social media. And you might be receiving some shocking news eventually, and maybe there's some type of legal matter going on. Maybe you guys have a kid together, maybe you guys have a child together, and maybe you guys are going through the divorce, or there's some type of legal issue, perhaps. Yeah, it's not a legal matter, but you should be receiving some shocking news on this. Yeah, dealing with a Jezebel. Someone's super low vibrational. All right, yep. Yeah, there's too much drama with this karmic. Way too much drama. You're dealing with a lot of legal issues. But I feel like you're keeping a secret. I feel like you have a twin flame, because twin flames came out. So I feel like you have a twin flame, and you're keeping a secret from him or her, right? You're keeping a secret, and you might be fed up with keeping these secrets from this person, from this twin, right? You might be keeping secrets, not wanting to tell them about this person, which now is making me pick up. I'm feeling more towards like this is like an ex, perhaps, or a spouse, or maybe you're married and getting a divorce. And sorry guys, my dogs are barking if you hear that in the background, but yeah, I'm feeling like there's secrets here, some legal matters for some of you with an ex, but yeah, I feel like this is, you're fed up with all this drama, and you want to go towards your twin flame, but you're afraid to tell them about this secret, right? You're afraid to go towards, you know, your twin and tell them, right? Yeah, you're wondering if it's too late. Maybe you guys are in no contact right now. Maybe you're in no contact and you want to tell them, but you're afraid maybe it's too late, right? Maybe this is something that you kept from them. You never actually told them that you're, you know, possibly living with an ex or dealing with this legal issue with an ex, right? Maybe you kept your distance from your twin, pushed them away. You're afraid to tell them how you feel, perhaps. And your twin could have openly expressed how they felt towards you, but you never did that towards them, right? Because you're afraid, right? If they were to know the truth, right? Of what's going on, right? They didn't want you to get too close to them, right? Or you didn't want them to get too close to you. But yeah, it looks like you're fed up with this, though. You're definitely fed up. You know, I'm also picking up water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It doesn't have to be just emotions, right? You don't have to be that, right? You don't have to be that sign at all. Just someone that's very emotional, a lot of emotion behind it. You're fired up, there's tons of emotion. And police station came out, but this isn't getting me like in trouble, like getting arrested. This is like a sense of urgency, right? Like this to me is like, you feel like it's too late. You want to come forward to your twin, right? Maybe you cut them off, there's no contact. You want to come forward to them, but you're wondering if it's too late. But you feel a sense of urgency, like if I don't do it now, I'm going to lose them, right? For some of you. And it could be vice versa. You guys' energy flip it where it needs to be, where the roles need to be. For some, you know, you could be the one that's blocked, right? And they're afraid to come tell you their true feelings, right? Or, you know, or for some of you, it's the other way, right? Just flip it where the roles really need to be, guys. This is energy. But yeah, maybe you blocked your twin. You're afraid to tell them how you actually feel. Maybe they expressed their love to you for some of you, but yeah. And maybe, you know, this time in no contact, you're starting to realize you have spiritual gifts, right? I mean, you could be spiritually gifted. Maybe your twin is spiritually gifted, but this does come off as a divine connection, right? Because we had divine feminine out. So this is, you know, divine connection. You both could be highly spiritual, just maybe both haven't awakened yet, right? Awakened their gifts. Maybe one has, and the other one's still stuck in the 3D materialistic, right? Just stuck in the earthly realm, you know? Well, the other one is, you know, has awakened, but I feel called to use this one here. Let's see if we get anything else. Interesting. Yeah. I feel like someone's blocked here, you guys. Runaway came out. They were trying to run away from their feelings, so they blocked you. They were your twin, either you or your twin, for some of you in the collective, tried to run away from the feelings, right? You probably blocked the other person, didn't want to tell them how they feel. Maybe you went to friends and you know, you were just scared of the connection, right? So you ran from it because it was too real, too strong for some of you, or maybe this is your twin. But the divine stepping in, right? The divine stepping in, there's too many negative influences, possibly. It could be friends, family, co-workers. They probably gave you bad advice, right? They gave you bad advice, try to give you, you know, the incorrect, you know, information. Maybe they were jealous, envious. They didn't like the connection you two had, right? They didn't want the divine stepping because they don't want them further polluting your mind. These people are low vibrational. They're karmics, whether it's friends, family, co-workers, right? They're the divine stepping in. They don't want these people to keep poisoning your mind any further, right? The divine is trying to awaken you to the connection with your twin, right? But you're trying to right now, though, deal with this legal situation for some of you, with this ex, right? You're dealing with this ex. You're not sure you know, what's going on, but there's going to be that shocking news coming in, right? Yeah, look, as soon as I said that, you guys law jumped out. See what the legal issues. There's going to be some type of news coming in. Thank you, Divine. I appreciate that. Yeah, look at the bottom deck, finances. Maybe I get some type of finances from this legal issue even, right? Or this legal issue is with this ex, right? Or third party is gonna Divine, you're so funny. Sorry guys, I'm getting downloads while I'm talking. That's funny, but yeah, there's gonna be some type of torment coming in. Yeah, I feel like this, you know, ex is tormented, right? And in a way, it could be for both of you. I'm picking up, because not necessarily the legal issue itself is tormenting you, but the connection, right? You want to come towards your twin and tell them how you feel, but you're afraid, and it's tormenting you. Maybe for some of you, or even for them, right? Flip the roles where they need to be. But maybe for some of them, right? For either you or your twin, you're having sleepless nights. They're constantly on your mind. You're stuck in a mental prison. It's constantly thinking about them. And because it's love, you guys, you're in love. You're in love. You want to tell them how you feel, but you're afraid, right? You know, and you're thinking of taking a chance, right? Look, it just came out. Roll the dice. You want to take the chance, but you don't know if it's too late, right? But the divine stepping in, like, this is a divine connection, right? I mean, at one, you know, I feel like there's no contact now, but one point you guys could have been co-workers or friends, or, you know, maybe neighbors. I don't know, it could be anything, you guys, right? You and your twin, but there's no contact right now. There was some type of incident that must have occurred, but anything else? Anything else, Spirit, that you'd like to say? Okay. Yeah, you want to take a risk. You want to take a risk, send them a message, and work came out. So, as I said earlier, guys, it could have been anything, but I'm feeling this was probably a work situation. You worked with your twin at one point, for some of you. You know, and maybe for one of you, you guys were in a position of power, because I'm getting a crown. Maybe you were a supervisor or a manager, or maybe even your twin was at one point. Could, you know, maybe one of you guys was in some type of like management position or supervisory position even, because crown's coming out, right? So there's someone of power, status, right? So I'm thinking like you guys were co-workers at one point, but something must have happened for some of you. And this energy comes through really strong. I've picked this up in the last few readings that I've done, past few readings where this energy just came through. I really feel like it was co-workers that you guys were. This energy is very familiar. It's very dominant in some of my readings. Wherever you are in the collective, it comes through very strong. You want to come through, but you must have been afraid of the connection. You felt it, but you were afraid because you guys were co-workers. One of you held a position of power. You had, you know, low vibrational people in your ear telling you things, possibly poisoning your mind, causing people to doubt the connection or think you or your person was one way or the other, right? And you want to come forward and roll the dice, but there's a lot of mystery behind this. You're not sure how the person's going to feel, what they're going to say, right? And there's too much noise, right? You had too many people in your ear telling you things, possibly convincing you of things that weren't true, telling lies, deceit, you know, making you believe things that weren't true about you or your person. And you may have believed it, but you're afraid, right? You didn't want to lose your job. You didn't want to lose your job, fam, okay? Which is completely understandable. You said what you had to say. You did what you had to do. You know, tell people, you know, that, you know, your twin was this way or that, even though it wasn't true. I mean, you did what you had to do. You were afraid. Or you didn't want to lose your job. That's perfectly understandable, right? And your twin would understand, right? I mean, this is divine connection. Your twin loves you, regardless of whatever happened in the past, fam. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, there was definitely a third party involved that I got in the way of this, because as soon as I said this, you guys just mentioned this, affairs came out. There was definitely karmic co-workers in the way, poisoning your mind, They're low vibrational. They wanted to keep you or your person stuck in that low vibration. They wanted to create chaos and conflict, you know? And sorry, guys, I mean, this energy is very dominant. It came out in several of my readings in the past. This energy is very dominant. It's very strong. They really want to talk to you. Like, really want to talk to you. But they're afraid, and they're afraid of whatever happened in the past, that you feel like it's too late, they're not going to get a second chance. They've realized that, you know, that what the heart wants, right? Yeah, maybe they felt this connection was taboo, right? It was taboo, it was forbidden, right? There was a lot of circulation going around, a lot of talking, right? Maybe at this workplace, a lot of talking. And yeah, I mean, you were afraid. You had to say what you had to say. You had to let people hear what they wanted to hear, go along with them. And you know, now I feel like you might be starting to realize that these people were the cause of the issue, right? They were low vibrational, they're karmic. You know, they didn't have good intentions towards you or your person. Yeah, look, they miss you, fam. They miss you, I miss you. But you're illuminated to the truth. You know who the true villains were, these karmic coworkers that poisoned your mind, made you believe that your person wasn't good. They were bad, or they're scary, or they have a staring issue from what I'm picking up. But something that must have happened. I keep hearing the word investigation, right? I keep seeing the image in my head, notes, like they were investigating you, taking notes, monitoring you, right? Right, monitoring you or your person, perhaps. Investigation, I keep seeing investigate. But yeah, I feel like your person or one of you guys in the collective is, yeah, I mean, you guys are doing your own thing now. You no longer work together. You're just out grinding, doing your own thing, right? And the divine's working with your person, right? Helping them realize who these karmics are, and they're not good for you, they're toxic. And that they're the true villains, they're low vibrational, they want to keep them stuck. They like seeing your person in conflict, you know? They like seeing them in conflict, upset. They like keeping them low vibrational, right? Because it's easier for them to control your person. Because they don't like your person. They're jealous, they're envious, they're insecure. I keep seeing someone watching another person. And there's always people around this person. Right? They're just picking up like office setting, right? They're just always watching people always around this one person. Your twin, possibly. And they hate how everyone always goes up and talks to them, but they're alone at their desk, and they hate that. So that they hate that. They're just envious. It's like, why does this person get all the attention and I don't? No one ever comes talks to me. That's what I keep hearing and seeing. Like, why do I get why do they get all the attention and I don't? You know? And they hate your twin for that, from what I'm picking up. They hate it. And they saw this connection you had with your twin. And they saw, your twin is, they don't like your twin at all. You are your twin, and they saw you as the perfect target for some of you collective, as the perfect target to create chaos and drama. So they fed your person's lies, made up stuff, probably said you're scary or terrifying. From what I'm picking up, I keep hearing terrifying. I keep hearing staring issue, which isn't true. These people just poisoned your twin's mind. And at one point, your twin might have believed it. This is very similar. I feel like I picked this up before too, another reading. But yeah, you guys, don't worry about it though. Your twin's going to awaken to the fact, if they haven't already, that, these people are karmic, that they were the true villains. They're not their friends. That these other, whatever, management or whoever, were just low vibrational. They're low vibrational. They don't, aren't good for your twin, right? They're just there to create chaos and drama, and they have ulterior motives for your twin. So, but don't worry, the divine's watching, and these people are just constantly racking up bad karma. But don't worry, the divine's working with them. They're gonna come and do their thing, So just stay positive, fam. Don't worry about this. Just keep doing you, living your life. Your twin, the divine's working with your twin to help them wake up to the connection and realize that, what this connection actually means. All right. And these karmics, you know, they're going to get divine punishment. It's coming. They can't avoid that. They can't escape it. Right? So just keep staying positive. Keep shining light. Keep staying in love and light. And remember, guys, when I say love and light, you know, do everything with grace. Do everything with peace. If people get mad at you, remember, when I say love and light, never be afraid to hold up your sword and have that boundary, right? Put up your sword, use discernment, put up that boundary, but do everything with grace, right? You want to be balanced in both your light and your dark side, right? So it's okay to put up your sword and have boundaries and let someone know, you know, but do it with grace, right? Do it with kindness, right? Respectfully and gracefully, all right? Just keep staying, you know, positive, love and light. These karmics have what's coming to them. Your twin is starting, well, if they haven't already, they will awaken to the connection, and they'll see who these people actually were, that they weren't good for her, and they were actually, they're the toxic ones, right? When you only ever had good intentions for your person, or vice versa, collective. But I hope you enjoyed this reading. And, you know, I'll talk to you guys next time. And remember, you guys, stay true, stay you, and stay authentic. All right, you guys? Love and light, you guys. Peace.